Yo, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am showing you guys my powder foundation routine. This is literally what I have been doing for a month straight. I have not touched liquid foundation. I think I maybe used it once, and it was because I was going out. So other than that, that's the only time I've used liquid foundation. If you don't take away anything from this video, hear me when I say this. You do not have to wear liquid foundation if you don't want to. I know foundations are just like all the rage. Everyone's always looking for the next best thing. I mean, I know me, I was at one point, I was always trying and seeing, okay, well, how's this gonna make me look? And how is this gonna make me look? And once I kind of had a come to Jesus moment with myself, I was like, yo, Amber, your skin type eats liquid foundation. Literally the only liquid foundation that really works well on me personally is the Fenty Beauty. I can put that on, the Fenty Beauty and the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. Those two foundations work for me. I can put them on, they last me all day long. But with other foundations, nothing really tops those two. So I know the way social media is, and it makes you feel like you have to wear liquid foundation when really you don't. I feel like, me personally, my skin eats makeup because I'm so oily, and I feel like sometimes when I do have on liquid foundation, it just kind of intensifies all my imperfections. And I was thinking to myself one day, so you know what, Amber, go back to the basics, go back to what you used to do, powder foundation. And also I'm on this new kick of less is more. Less is more. I realized the less base products I put on my face, the better my makeup looks. So also, if you are someone who loves liquid foundation, rock it out, girl. There's nothing wrong with it. I love trying things because I genuinely love trying things for you guys, so that way you can kind of get my thoughts on it. You can kind of gauge your own opinions to figure out if you want to try it or not. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to pull you guys in closer. The first thing that I always do is conceal. No matter what, I'm always gonna put concealer on, unless it's just like a Sunday or a light day and I'm just running errands, and I'll just go in with powder foundation. But I do have a makeup trial here in a few minutes. I have to go to a client's house, so I need to look presentable. So I'm gonna take my favorite concealer of life. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Creams Concealer. Kat Von D products, her face products just work really great for me. So I put this directly in the inner corner and on the eyelid. I haven't been using eye primer lately. Concealer has been the move. Then I'm going to take my Real Technique sponge. Look at how cute this is. So I got this from Target because I needed a new sponge. It comes, it comes in this cute little case here, and it's perfect for traveling, and it doesn't get dirty. I love it. So it's already damp, and I am just going to conceal up under my eyes and my eyelid. Then we're going to do the same. Alright, the next step that I'm going to do is any acne scars that I have on my face, I'm just going to spot conceal with concealer. I am going to have a video coming up really soon on how to basically cover acne scars, but for now, I'm just going to pop this here and blend this out. I love the Kat Von D concealer because on my skin type, it looks very skin-like. Some concealers, if they are too brightening, they will not look skin-like, and it will just intensify the fact that you are trying to cover up a spot. I was messing with a bump there, and I shouldn't have done that because now I'm swollen. Don't mess with your bumps, guys. Just leave them. Don't perform surgery on your pimples. Then I'll put a little on my nose because my nose tends to get a little red. And then after the concealer, I have to pick my powder. The powder that works best for me is the MAC Studio Fix powder, and my shade is NW43. This is what it looks like. So this one, and then the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark. You don't have to use these two. This is just what I like to do. So under the eyes, I'm going to take the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder with my Real Techniques brush. This is the perfect brush for setting up under your eyes. I did a video talking about this brush. I'll make sure I leave that above here when I was talking about my favorite makeup brushes. And I'm just going to pack this powder under my eyes. Now this powder alone without any concealer really doesn't do too much for me, but I can just use the Studio Fix powder and it'll cover up. But since I'm working today, I just want a little bit more coverage up under the eyes. That's why I went in with concealer. And then on the other side, also I love this because if you're someone who has dry under eyes, creasing, fine lines, this is a very light powder to set up under your eyes. And this brush, this brush is everything. This is hands down one of my favorite brushes for sure. Boom. Then I will take a little just down the center of my nose. And then next up, I'm going to take just a fluffy powder brush. This is the Eco Tools powder brush, and we're gonna move on with our Studio Fix powder here. And I'm just gonna swirl my brush in here. And when I'm doing this, I'm not just gonna swirl it all over my face like I see a lot of people do when they use powder. In order for you to get full coverage with using the powder foundation, first of all, you want to make sure the powder can give you at least medium coverage, because if you get at least medium coverage, this technique will work. If it's something that's a light formula like the mineralized skin finish, it won't do anything, but this can give you full coverage. So tapping my brush in, and I'm going to press the powder into my skin. If you swirl it, you're not gonna really have a good time. If you swirl it, you're not gonna get the best results as far as trying to get coverage. But I find that when I pack it on, I get coverage. Also, if you want it, you could use a stippling brush too. A stippling brush is good if you want to get just a really, really nice airbrush soft look. But I feel like I can achieve that with my powder brush here. And then also I want to make sure I get around the center of center of my mouth. A lot of women of color, we tend to be a little bit darker on the outside of our mouth and the perimeter of our forehead. So make sure I'm covering that and blending. I just realized I forgot to prime my skin. So pause for the cause, y'all, my bad. Cover FX mattifying primer, and then I'll go in with some of the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. Can't believe I forgot to prime my face, and it is a little warm outside, so that's okay. I forget to do things too. And then I'm just going to go in at the top of my forehead. Now, like I was saying about the outside of my mouth and the top of my forehead, it is, especially the top of my forehead. Again, this is very common for a lot of women of color. I think that's why whenever we do go out to stores, beauty stores, and we try to get foundation match, why it's such a hard time. But hear me out here. If you're someone like me who is lighter in the center and darker on the top, don't worry about it, because you can always throw on a bronzer, a contour, whatever the case may be, so that way everything will blend. That used to be something that I would worry about all the time, but once I started actively using bronzer, no problem. Boom. And that is my powder foundation routine. Since we're here, I'll go ahead and go through the rest of my steps that I would do using the best bronzer ever, CoverGirl Queen Ebony bronzer, and I'm using a Real Techniques blush brush. And I'm just gonna bronze up here. I'm so happy we are in 70-degree weather. The other day it was 80 and I was like, yes, give it to me, but we haven't hit the humidity yet. So once we get the humidity, I'll be dying. Then I'm gonna make sure I get the perimeter of my forehead for sure. Jawline. I love bronzer. It just brings everything to life. And I will do a little around my nose. Then for a touch of blush, we're gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine. Just to give a little bit more color to the cheeks. And boom. So I'm going to put on my brows, throw on some eyeshadow, and then I'll be right back. all done with the rest of my makeup. Super simple. Just some matte eyeshadow, mascara, gloss out the door. I did throw on a little bit of the Makeup Revolution Rock On World on my cheeks, just simply because I realized since I'm not wearing liquid foundation, I feel like highlighter looks way better on my skin now. So yeah, I'm slowly, you know, not the beaming. You won't ever catch me with the beaming over the top tinfoil ultra galaxy highlighter, not my gig. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. So that's gonna finish up this super easy video. I hope you guys were able to take something away from it. Like I always say, what works for me may not work for you, but hopefully some of my little tips and tricks, you're able to kind of implement them into your makeup routine in the morning. Please let me know down below if this video was helpful for you. I'm realizing that the more simple my videos are, the better. You guys love it, I love it. Also, we are almost at 1,900 subscribers, so I'm super excited and happy about that. Thank you so much for all the love and support. And what's good to all you new subscribers out there? I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.